morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you listen to this. This is Tanks and Tutties, brought to you by Tubbs and Frankie. This is the 25th episode
Big 2-5
in our careers. Big number. However, we got to talking and we said, hey, next week's 26. That's more special. It's the half-year mark. That's 6 months. That's a big thing in any relationship. This is sort of like a relationship, so we'd have nothing special for this show, but we're going to do something special next week. I'm either going to get drunk or we'll actually do something special. Maybe we go hard on roulette. I don't know. But I'll probably just get drunk.
A giveaway or something?
No, because we only have like 10 listeners, so it'd probably just end up being like my dad that wins or your dad. So they don't need anything
That's
from
true.
us. They have our love. Yeah, so I'll probably just get drunk and we'll just go big on roulette. Maybe I'll toss Frankie a 20 since it'll be his week. Maybe he'll throw in 20 and we'll just go, I don't know, 10 $4 numbers.
That would be something.
Fun. That's an idea. There we go. All right. I am on the wrong tab here. Everybody, we have I don't want to say a boring week, but no college football news. Just a little bit. But we're going to hit MLB. One game's worth, and it's not even going to be a lot of talk because the game was boring as fuck. I'm sure you guys all watched it. It's the only thing that was on.
Debatable.
We'll get to it. For MLB, here's what we're going to do. Not yet, later in the show, but I found ESPN has literally every single move, so I'm going to read through all of them fast as shit, and then the major-ish ones we'll talk about, but we'll pretty much just hit the Brewers. They made some big moves. The Tigers did jack shit, but we'll hit the big ones, obviously. So, but let's get started. Weekend recap. Why don't you go ahead and start us off? How was your weekend, man?
My weekend was phenomenal. As I mentioned last week, I had a small, I don't want to say vacation, but small trip planned. Went down to Memphis, Tennessee. Paige had a college interview to get into grad school down at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center.
Not Knoxville.
Yes, not Knoxville, Memphis. A little bit different, but it is still UT, so that's still kind of cool. So we went down there. It was a 10-hour drive. Not going to lie, the drive was boring as shit. You go through the
all Midwest
fields of Illinois for about 8 hours. No, I wouldn't say that long. Probably 6 hours. And then you hit the edge of Missouri. Don't hit St. Louis, nothing like that. You go into Arkansas. No big cities there. A little bit of Indiana. Nothing there.
Okay.
And then you cross over the Mississippi and you're into Memphis. So, Memphis.
That's a boring ass drive.
It was horrible. I slept. The way there, I slept from about 15 to 20 minutes after we left our house in Michigan until we were about an hour into Illinois. So, just skipped Indiana altogether. I didn't want shit to do with that.
Yep.
But Memphis itself is quite different. Honestly, I would compare it to Grand Rapids, pretty similar to Grand Rapids, but I mean, obviously it's mid-south, so a little bit different down there. There's definitely some sketchy areas, but we did tour about 6 different apartments. Looking forward to seeing what happens here in the next 6 months and potentially moving down there. Got to go to the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid. That actually was pretty sweet. I'm not going to lie.
That thing does look cool.
It's awesome. They have a hotel, 2 restaurants. You can go up to the viewing deck, which we didn't get to go to because it was $8 and there was a really long line, and I wasn't really feeling like standing in line. But no, Memphis was cool. It did rain 3 of the 4 days that we were there. But, just getting to be in Tennessee, seeing the campus down there, thinking about potentially living there, pretty cool. We'll say, went to Zaxby's for the first time. We don't have Zaxby's here in Michigan. If you ever get the chance to go to Zaxby's is 10 times better than Chick-fil-A. By far my favorite chicken place of all time so far.
Fair enough. I think we went through this, but I think most chicken places are all overrated. I mean, I'm not saying they're bad. I just think they're overrated. You've got Chick-fil-A. I think it's overrated. I think it's great, but it's overrated. You've got Popeyes. Overrated. KFC, probably perfectly rated because it's KFC. You know what you're going to get. Never had Zaxby's, though. Maybe I'll get Zaxby's. and I'll change my mind.
So I had
keep an eye out for
from Zaxby's. So I like Chick-fil-A, but Chick-fil-A it's very basic. Like you can only get a small selection of things. I usually go with either their chicken tenders with some Chick-fil-A sauce, very original, but I love the Chick-fil-A sauce, or I just go with like a spicy deluxe sandwich, no tomato on it, no pickles, a little bit of cheese, But Zaxby's, I got their I think it was called the Kickin' Chicken, and it's
Kickin' Chicken.
2 pieces of Texas toast, 3 chicken tenders, their tongue torch sauce, which, not gonna lie, not spicy, and then some ranch on it, and it was flooded with sauce, and it was delicious. And then their fries have a little bit of seasoning on them. Fries were probably top 3 fry I've ever had in my entire life.
You know who's got sneaky good fries? Another chicken place, KFC.
I've never had their fries.
Check it out sometime. They got some tender box that comes with fries. They're sneaky good. Lots of seasoning.
Couldn't tell you the last time I had KFC.
Yeah, I mean, it's not worth going out of your way for, but if you're ever like, man, I don't know what to get, I want something I haven't had in a while, go to KFC and try the fries.
I will say the one thing I'm disappointed about this weekend was I went to Memphis. Everybody said, when you go south, you have to get barbecue. And I was really looking forward to getting barbecue. And I didn't get barbecue.
I mean, you can't be disappointed. It's your own fault.
Well, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus here.
You gonna blame the in-law?
Well, no. Just, I was the minority and the one person that liked barbecue in this situation. So it wasn't necessarily my decision to get barbecue. Let's just say that. That's
what you just say when you're sitting at the hotel. You say, well, I'm going to go get some barbecue, so see you guys later.
Well, I thought about it, but
then you just get trashed.
Then we'd gotten like 3 meals. And I'm not a big guy, so I don't eat much. I eat my 3 meals a day, and just didn't really have time to go get an extra meal of barbecue. So
yeah, that's true. Okay.
How was your weekend?
Oh, hey, thanks, man.
You thought I'd forget.
Friday, I got out of work, and I did something I never do. I worked out before taking a nap. Normally Friday, I come home, I take a nap, then I work out, and then I go on with my night. But I said, fuck the nap. I'm working out. So I worked out.
Dedication.
And then went out with some friends. Yeah, I mean, for those that know me, I'm not in the greatest shape. I'm trying to get that Greek god bod by this summer. I'm trying to be unrecognizable. So we're working on that right now. We're trying to make this tank one of those, efficient ones. Stop it.
Oh, sorry. I was just trying to drink my water.
Oh, my God. I got Frankie stroking off a water bottle over here, giving it that Gluck Gluck 9000 while I'm trying to talk about my weekend. That's the grapefruit method right there, if I've ever seen it. Are you unfamiliar with the grapefruit method?
I am.
Okay. When we're done recording, look that one up. Just look up grapefruit method on I think it's on YouTube. Or do it right now. I don't care. But anyways, keep your noise off. No. You have to watch it with noise. So after we record, don't look right now.
Okay.
Anyways, so I went out Friday night with some friends. It was fun. Got home. Talked to my mom for a little bit. Went to bed early, which was awesome. And then Saturday I woke up. I worked out. Went grocery shopping. Watched the Army-Navy game. They were doing the national anthem. It was the best national anthem I've seen in a while. But I fell asleep before kickoff. It was like I knew what was coming. And I woke up periodically, and I just saw the score was 7-0, 7-3, 10-7. I'm like, Jesus Christ. That was the fourth quarter, and I'm finally I'm rested now. I slept this whole game. And they went to overtime. So I watched the rest of that. We'll get into that here in a little bit. But and then Sunday I watched the Lions. We'll obviously get into that later. And then, So I also had something terrible happen to me today, and I'm going to talk about it at the end of the show, but just keep that in the back of your mind. Make sure you listen all the way through. I'm going to tell the story while we warm up roulette. But let's get into Locks and Longshots now. Last week, I'm 18-12 now. I had Navy money line. They lost in overtime. Let's get into that right now since we both have it. The first 4 quarters, boring as shit. There was one big play. It was awesome. And then they went to overtime, and it was electric. They both scored on their first plays, correct, in overtime? Or you weren't watching it,
I was just going to say I didn't watch it.
I'm pretty sure both teams scored on their first plays in overtime. And then in the second overtime, Navy got stopped on 4th and goal. Army kicked the field goal to win it. But the over hit for the first time in 14 years.
Yeah, so
because they went to overtime for the first time, like in like 30
this
years.
game is part of the reason that forced me into retirement. Well, semi-retired. I just went on quite possibly. It seems like every time I have a withdrawal, like I withdraw from a sports book or something, not like a withdrawal. I withdraw from a sports book. I have a good couple weeks where I make some money and I withdraw with some profit. And then whatever I leave in my account, I lose. I just go on a straight losing streak and lose it all. I don't know what it is. I don't change my method. I don't go with heavy parlays, anything like that. And I just lose. And so the Army-Navy was my last straw. I had a couple bucks on the... Actually, no, I didn't. I didn't even touch it because I had gone into retirement before this, actually. Brazil is what forced me into my retirement.
That's right.
But yeah, I lost everything that I bet on for probably 4 or 5 days in a row. Lost everything in my account, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take a short break here. Maybe throw out a couple parlays over here and there and wait for the next paycheck and just, I don't really want to spend any money right now. Holidays are coming up. But yeah, a 14-year streak. Took the under for my lock. They just decided to go to overtime. And
I even said, dude, this is screaming over, which is the degenerate in me, and I didn't bet it because I was retired too. I'm still in retirement, actually. No. Funny story. So yesterday, I deposited because I knew I was going to have to do roulette because I'm a man of the people. I will always do roulette no matter how retired I am. And I did a parlay. It was Hunter Henry over 31.5 receiving yards, Hunter Henry anytime touchdown, and then Cardinals over 17.5 points. It didn't hit, obviously, but if it did hit, that was Hunter Henry was like plus 300. That dude, he went off for. Keep an eye on that for people that are still betting, because I'm retired. I'm done. If we hit a roulette number, I'll probably leave the money in and dabble with it. But Hunter Henry has had, first of all, he had like 70 yards on Monday night. He had 10 targets the last 2 weeks prior to Monday night. Like, they are getting him involved more than Jonnu Smith. And now you got, who was it?
Devontae
Parker. He's probably dead. So keep an eye on that when you're doing your parlays. Don't do touchdowns, though. He doesn't score touchdowns. He was like plus 300, though, so it would have been sweet if he did. So, yeah, Navy moneyline loss. We talked about that. This week, we're going to take the Lions plus 1. I'm not going to say a peep about it until later. But that line's probably going to change. It's currently plus 1 on DraftKings, and I take it when we record. But as we were talking about it, Frankie mentioned it's minus 1 on FanDuel. So this thing's going to move around. I'm pretty sure the Lions are going to get hammered, so it'll probably go down to minus 2, minus 3 even. I'd take it up to 6.5. So whoa. Hammer. The Jets' offense is terrible. They're not going to score points. We will put up points against that defense. I hope the weather's good. I didn't check weather. It is in New York. So, and funny stat. Jared Goff has 2 touchdowns and 4 interceptions in all road games this year. At home, he has 20 touchdowns.
Wow.
Isn't that the wildest stat you've ever heard in your life?
Only
talk about a dome quarterback.
And 4 interceptions on the road?
Yep, and he's got no interceptions at home. That might be a false stat, but he has 20 touchdowns at home.
Wow.
I don't know how many interceptions. Yeah, so maybe be careful. Don't hammer, but the Lions are playing well right now. We'll get into it later. Long shots. I took the Jags money line last week, and I couldn't be more right. God damn it, I need to just bet what I say on the show, man, because holy shit. Well, actually, I would have lost on Navy money line, so maybe not. But Jags destroyed the Titans. Like I said, if you shut down Derrick Henry, you're going to win the football game. They have no passing game. Stack the box, 7 in the box. We'll get into it later. This week, we're going to do a little SGP. We got Lions minus 1.5. I think they win the game, probably by 3, maybe 2 if they do some weird fucking go-for-it bullshit. We're also going to parlay that with the under 49.5. The Jets' defense is very good. Jets' offense is bad. The Lions' defense is bad, but it's not as bad as the Jets' offense, so I don't think we get a lot of points in this game. Maybe we get some bad weather. I'm sure it'll be windy. It's winter. It's cold. It's in New York. Under 49.5. That gets you at plus 225. That'd be a nice little spicy one to hit. Hopefully we hit that. Before we get into yours, I want to bring this up. my father predicted, so I mentioned a few weeks ago, he predicted that Michigan would go back-to-back, which is wild. I mean, not that wild. They just had to beat Ohio State. But he, along with that, before that one, he said, I think I mentioned it on the show, he said the Lions will finish 11-6. That's not going to happen. We have 7 losses right now. But he said they will get a wild card spot, and they will win their first playoff game in 31 years. And that looks really damn good right now. And if, like, imagine.
I just want to point out the fact that he said that they would go 11-6 and make a wild card spot.
If we did go 11-6, that probably would have been a wild card spot because of the Vikings. I think he said wild card because of the Packers. I think everybody thought the Packers would be good this year. But 11-6 could get you a wild card spot.
I mean, it would get you in the playoffs 100%.
Right, but it's a wild card spot.
Debatable, maybe. It depends.
Everybody, no, 100%. Because if you're not a division winner, you're in the wild card game.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that things don't shift.
Every game that first week is a wild card game unless you're the 1 seed.
That's true.
And then it's divisional. So that's why he said wild card. He didn't think we could win the division. But if I would have just bet on his long shots, I'd be looking at making a lot of money right now. Michigan to repeat was probably plus 300. And then the Lions to make the playoffs, I could have hit their over win totals. And then to win the playoff game, if he hits those, I'm going to be so pissed that I didn't just throw some dollars on it. So next year when we're recording, this was in August, I'm going to bet whatever he says. And I'm just going to let it ride all season. I'm not a big futures guy. It takes too long for me. But holy shit, the money I could have made if I just threw $20 on the Lions to make the playoffs after having the 2nd overall pick. Do you know what those odds probably were? I'm so salty I didn't do it.
Yeah.
$20 probably would have been, what would that have been? Probably plus 1,500 just to make the playoffs.
Yeah, probably.
So now you're looking at, what is that? What's that work out to?
Well, 20 times
about
15.
$300. $300. 20 for 300.
Yeah.
God damn it. It's all good though. No big deal. I just wanted he brought it up and I told him I'd bring it up. So that's that. What do you got for locks this week?
So as I'm looking at this is most of the reason that I went into a brief retirement here. Just an absolute atrocious week. My locks, I had Netherlands, Argentina under 2.5. Tied 2-2, went to pens. That's a loss. The worst part about it was Argentina was up 2-0 in the 90th minute. And then Netherlands scored both goals in extra time. Then we had Navy and Army, the under. That loss, talked about that already. So I'm looking for a little bit of a correction on my locks this week. Bengals -3 versus the Bucks. Bengals are like 9-0-1 in their last 10 games against the spread. 3 points doesn't scare me against the Bucks.
And the Bucks are 1-9-1 against the spread.
Exactly. Doesn't scare me.
That didn't work out. We're week 15. But they have they've hit the spread once.
Yeah. Long shots. Brazil. I mean, come on. Just absolutely killed me. I had the Brazil to win 2-1, 3-1, 4-1. That lost. They lost outright. I had Brazil to win the World Cup. Like I said, they lost outright. And then I had Brazil to finish first, France to finish second. Again, they lost outright. To who? Fucking Croatia.
Who just lost today to Argentina there. There's your World Cup talk.
Yep. So 0-3, that knocks my long shots all the way down to a nice 6-17-3. Not great.
Wow. They're long shots for a reason, though.
But you know what? This week, I'm calling it the hunting in the NFC North parlay.
This one's going to be fun. Let's hear it.
So, it's a little bit of a teaser if you couldn't get it from the name. We're only taking the teams that are in the hunt for the NFC.
Okay.
Bears are playing the Eagles. I don't see them winning that game. So they're left out of this. But give me the Vikings money line, the Packers money line, and the Lions money line.
Yeah, let's go. I love that.
Plus 276. Quick little bump.
I love that parlay.
We're just
Congratulations on 7-17-3.
We're going to be 7-17.
Should I say it?
What? No. No.
All right. I won't use the L word, but you guys can assume what I'm saying.
He doesn't think it should be a long shot.
Winky face. It shouldn't be a long shot. I love that. And if we hit a roulette number, I will be placing that parlay. And you know what? I'm going to put an irresponsible amount on it because I love that parlay.
Okay.
The Vikings aren't going to lose at home. Who do the Packers play?
The Rams.
Rams?
At home on Monday night.
Baker Mayfield? He's actually awesome. We'll get into that later. And the Lions? Look at me. I'm a homer. I'm going to have... Oh, man, that's awesome. I forgot to mention, one of my long shots, I had Portugal to win the World Cup. They lost, so more World Cup talk.
Who did they lose to?
They got eliminated by Morocco, who is a sneaky good team.
The 4th African team ever, I think, to advance into the knockout stage.
And the first to ever go to the semis.
Yes.
Yep, so that's tough. Ronaldo, tough look. Messi's better. I don't want to hear it anymore. Messi's better.
Messi looked phenomenal today, by the way. We can just knock out the World Cup right now. Messi looked phenomenal. Argentina won 3-0 against Croatia. They're going to the final.
Excuse me. 3-0.
Sorry, 3-0. I had both teams to score, so, no big deal.
There. And there's your World Cup talk. We already talked college football. Let's do it. MLB time?
MLB time.
All right. So, mentioned earlier, I'm just going to run through this list on ESPN. Frankie's going to chime in whenever he wants.
Are you starting from the bottom or the top?
I'm starting from the bottom, and an ad's playing right now, so I can't hear you. God damn. Shut up.
Have you heard of mute?
I had to find it. It was all the way... The ad was all the way up top, so I had to scroll all the way up, then all the way back down. So, all right, we're starting at November 6th, okay? Edwin Diaz re-signs with the Mets. No surprise there. He's awesome. The Rays traded G-Man Choi to the Pirates in exchange for a minor league pitcher that doesn't matter.
So
Suarez to the
we'll get into the Pirates later, but they are being really oddly sneaky, and I'm not sure how I feel about it.
You're already chiming in sooner than you should.
Yep,
None
I know.
of these matter. Okay, all right. Dodgers re-sign Kershaw. No surprise. They're going to re-sign him until he retires. Braves sign Nick Anderson to split deal. What's a split deal?
So that's
non-guaranteed split contract.
Means he can play majors or minors. It's like a two-way contract for NBA.
That's pretty cool.
I like that move, actually.
Rockies sign Urena, who is a bum.
3.5 mil, way too much.
Yeah, that's expensive. Montero returns to the Astros, 35 mil for 3 years. Martin Perez.
Martin.
Is it Martin?
Yep.
Martin Perez. Accept his qualifying offer.
Peterson
back to the Giants. Oh,
do we want to
first big one?
Do we want to get into the Rangers now or later?
Later. We'll do. I'm literally just going to read through all this. You can talk about that one specifically, and then we'll do like a at the end talk about whatever you want, and then we'll let you go off about the Brewers. I'm going to give you about 5 minutes for the Brewers.
Okay.
That doesn't mean you get to. That doesn't mean you have to use all of it.
I won't.
That's what. At 5 minutes, I'm going to say. All right, let's get going.
Okay.
The first big one, really, Tyler Anderson to the Angels. He turned down the Dodgers, and the deal was expected to be in the 39 mil range for 3 years. That's a sneaky pickup. I had Tyler Anderson fantasy. He was phenomenal. Can he keep that up? Don't know. But the Angels definitely needed pitching. Correct?
Yeah.
I mean, they had what? Shohei?
I didn't know if I could speak, but yes.
You can speak.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to get my points in there because I actually know a little bit about that guy.
Yep.
You have nothing to say?
No, I like the move. Like you said, the Angels desperately needed pitching. I think Tyler Anderson's a weird guy. I'm not sure if just being on the Dodgers made him better because he was never like phenomenal. He was always good, but last year he was pretty hands down phenomenal for the Dodgers. So
except for injuries.
I think going crosstown to the Angels is a pretty big move for the Angels. We'll see how it pans out.
All right. Rizzo, back to the Yankees.
No surprise.
This is a big one. Teoscar Hernandez traded to the Mariners. I'm not going to click for who they got, but that's big for the Mariners. That dude's studly, too. He's really good in MLB The Show.
Yeah, Teoscar is a dog, and I at first didn't really understand what the Mariners were really doing with it. I guess maybe they have an outfield logjam, but you can never really have too many outfielders. I don't know. It's a big contract to get rid of, so maybe they're looking to go make a big splash, but I don't know. Good.
Yep,
I think good trade for both teams. Yeah. The Mariners' outfield just became very good.
They're going to be so good, man. Since the Tigers are going to suck again, I'm on the Mariners bandwagon now.
I mean, Teoscar and J-Rod.
We were all over it last year, though, because of J-Rod. So.
That's a huge power combo, 3-4.
Couple flybys here. The Padres bring back Nick Martinez. Mariners and D-backs swap position players. Kyle Lewis to Arizona. He sucks.
Not true.
And Cooper Hummel to Seattle. Kyle Lewis, trash.
He's just been injury prone, but when he's healthy, he's good.
That's another outfielder gone, though, to clear some room. So.
Yep.
Mets add 2 righties with them in deal with the Marlins. They got
Eliezer
Hernandez and Jeff Brigham.
Which
That's a cool
I'm
name.
pretty sure Eliezer Hernandez was on the Mets at one point and then went to the Marlins and is now back on the Mets.
Yep. That sounds familiar. And the Marlins got Franklin Sanchez, who will suck. Oh, and they got a player to be named later. Yankees brought back Kiner Falefa. Angels and Twins. This was a big one. The Angels got Gio Urshela from the Twins for some minor leaguers. Thoughts?
Kind of confusing trade. I'm not really sure what the plan is with Urshela. Obviously, the Angels are making a push this year, which they need to do. Mike Trout deserves
Trout's getting old.
Way more than what he's gotten.
Trout's getting old, and Ohtani's going to get a big injury here soon. I'll tell you right now, Ohtani will have Tommy John within the next 2 years.
But the thing that confuses me about this is, what about Anthony Rendon?
He's trash.
He hit a home run lefty, dude. He's not trash. But no, Rendon is your primary third baseman. I guess you could throw Urshela at second or something.
I think he could. Yeah.
Maybe short.
No, don't the Angels have
David Fletcher?
Yeah. He's super utility though. He can go play anywhere.
He can play anywhere in the infield. But I think if anything, Urshela is going to be moved to second base because he's not going to DH when you have Ohtani. So that's my only thought is maybe they move him to second or maybe they move Rendon. I think Rendon actually came up as a second baseman, so we'll see.
Dodgers non-tendered Bellinger, and he ended up going to the Cubs, correct?
Yes,
Cubs?
Which Cubs overpaid for him.
Was it you that had the insider info, or was that our good friend Javier?
I don't remember. I had insider information about a Brewers trade. No, actually, I did. I did have inside information on the Bellinger signing with the Cubs. Well, actually, it was more about him leaving L.A. A guy I work with went to high school with somebody who is best friends with Cody Bellinger. And he said that they would play Xbox and PlayStation all the time. And Bellinger would always talk about how he hated L.A. and wanted to get out, and he did. So he mentioned how he wanted to go to Chicago. Boom. Now he's in Chicago.
There you go. The Angels acquired Renfroe from the Brewers for Jansen Junk and Elvis Peguero and a minor leaguer.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I mean, we were bound to pay Renfroe. We have a loaded stash of outfield prospects coming up. There's probably 4 outfield prospects that are major league ready. Plus we have Yelich up and Garrett Mitchell's up. So not really room. Might as well get using the small market thought process that we have here in Milwaukee. Get rid of the guys and get the most bites out of the apple that you can. We got a bunch of bites out of Hunter Renfroe. He was great this year. Let's not pay him. Let's get rid of him. Get somebody that can contribute elsewhere. Jansen Junk's a good pitcher. I like him. Don't know much about Peguero, but I've heard he's a decent pitcher too.
Does he throw junk?
Yeah, he does actually.
Nice.
So,
Carlos Santana to the Pirates, bum.
Not true.
Clevenger to the White Sox, bum.
Not true.
Astros. This one's weird to me. Astros signed a Bray. Doesn't Jordan play first? No.
No, Jordan is an outfielder.
Yep.
And a
he
DH.
DH'd a lot.
Yes.
He DH'd a lot. That's right. Well, they signed him to a 3-year deal, and that dude's getting old, but he's got some pop.
Yeah, I mean, he was still competing for the batting champion in the AL last year, and he'll probably do it again. He's worth it. I mean, 3 years is nothing for a guy that can still continue to hit power and average. So,
I want to have a team that's got money like that, where they go out and win a World Series, and then, or did they lose the World Series? No, they won the World Series. I'm an idiot. Why can't I remember things? Anyways, I want a team that goes and wins the World Series and then just reloads.
Continues to reload. Yep.
Yeah. Instead, my team brings back Matthew Boyd. We're not even going to talk about that. Red Sox add a reliever. Another big one. Brewers acquire Jesse Winker and Abraham Toro for Colton Wong.
I actually love this trade. Colton Wong was terrible for us last year. His hitting was okay, but his defense was one of the worst in the league for being like a 5-time Gold Glover. I don't understand what happened. He just kind of became one of the worst fielders in all of baseball. And granted, that's something that could probably be fixed, but there's another spot that we kind of are jammed with either prospects or guys that can play there on the roster already. I mean, Keston Hiura, Luis Urias, Bryce Terang, Joey Weimer, all guys that can play there. Might as well get rid of him. We got a guy who has absolutely killed us in the past in Jesse Winker, and I think he's going to hit bombs for us, kind of replacing Hunter Renfroe for a little bit cheaper. And then Abraham Toro, young guy. He was all right with the Astros, went to the Mariners, was okay there. Both guys that we bought really low on, they had their career worst years last year, so hoping for big things, especially from Winker, will probably be an everyday outfielder for us.
The second biggest one, in my opinion,
I would say this is the biggest one.
You think so? All right, Rangers signed DeGrom, $185 million for 5 years to a dude that barely pitches anymore because he's always hurt. And the Rangers, I saw a stat, they've spent $1 billion in the last 2 years. $1 billion. $1 billion.
So, I mean, you have to pay top tier for a guy like this. Who's
going to pitch, what, 10 games?
Yes, but when healthy, he's by far the best pitcher in all of baseball. And, I mean, yes, looking at it, I don't think he's pitched more than 90 innings in the last 3 years combined. Not a great look, but like I said, when healthy, fantastic pitcher. The Rangers sneakily have a very good rotation. Jacob deGrom at the top. Like I said, one of the best pitchers in baseball when healthy. Martin Perez, phenomenal last year. Kind of fell off at the end of the year, but if he can stick to what he did last year, by far could be a number one almost anywhere else. John Gray, hit and miss. He was decent last year when healthy, but still another guy who can show up. Jake Odorizzi, not a fan. Pretty old, not great. Dane Dunning.
Pretty cool name, though.
Yeah, he's all right. Dane Dunning, another guy who has a lot of potential, can make a splash. But then a lot of people are also forgetting we have Jack Leiter and Kumar Rocker in the minors. One,
Jack
if not
Leiter
both, could be ready to go.
Sucked in Double-A last year.
Yeah,
Sucked.
but one, if not both, could be ready to go this year. Which then, if you take out Odorizzi and Dane Dunning, you're looking at DeGrom, Perez, Gray, Kumar Rocker, Jack Leiter.
And you got Stroman and... No, not Stroman.
I was going to say Stroman's not there.
Who's... God damn it. Why can't I think of his name? The guy they got from the Jays. Third baseman.
What?
Last year they signed...
Oh, Marcus Semien,
Jesus.
Second baseman.
There you go. Jesus, Seaman.
Yeah, and then Corey Seager up the middle.
Corey Seager. Why can't I think of names? See, I'm not a big baseball guy. I like to... I don't know. I actually am. I just can't think of names. All right. Angels add Stevez. Nothing huge there. Verlander to the Mets. I'm going to talk about this one this time. We'll change it up. He got $86 million for 2 years, which is $43 million a year, right? Insane. However, dude just won a Cy Young. and he's bringing Kate Upton with him. Like, in my eyes, right, as a not so, like, into it baseball fan, they replaced DeGrom with a guy who just won a Cy Young. He is healthy most of the time. You're taking a risk because he did have Tommy John, but he just won the AL Cy Young, won a World Series, and he was cheaper.
Yeah, I think
it was a great signing for the Mets.
I think it's a good move to replace DeGrom with Verlander. Like, I mean, it's basically replacing a 1 with a 1. Like, can't get much better than that. I do think they might have overpaid a little bit. Looking at Verlander's stats from last year compared to the past couple of years, I get he just came off Tommy John and everything, but his control just wasn't there. His walks per 9 were way up. I mean, he's still phenomenal. But there's also the chance that he just falls off a cliff.
I look at it this way. You gave Verlander $70 million for 2 years and Kate Upton $16 million for 2. Because, I mean, she's just an electric factory. She's a dime. Dude, this ad, so I know we've been talking for a little bit, but this ad has played 5 times. I've had to scroll up, mute it, and then find where we were at both times. I'm so sick of it. Fuck ESPN. Another big one. Trey Turner to the Phillies. 11 years, $300 million. Play baseball, kids. Play baseball.
And a no full trade clause.
Yeah. And, dude, the Phillies, they just went to the World Series, and now they got the shortstop. Their shortstop, who was their shortstop last year?
Gene Segura.
Trash.
Or Bryson
Not really
Stott.
trash.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of did his thing. But now you got Trey Turner, who's just a dog.
Well, and now you pair Trey Turner with Bryce Harper again, which we saw what they did in Washington.
Yes, and if Trey Turner gets on base, guess what? He's going to steal second probably 50% of the time. Maybe not that crazy. But that dude has so much speed. He's a good-looking dude. Like,
yeah,
I'm on the Phillies, too. I want Phillies-Mariners World Series. That'd be an electric
The NL East is going to be brutal. We have the NFC Beast, and now we're going to have the NL Beast as well. I mean, it's between the Braves, the Phillies, and the Mets.
Yeah.
Good luck to the Marlins and the Nationals.
I was just trying to think of it, too, and I
was
couldn't.
Like, who the fuck else? Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to have that whole Marlins are sneaky thing again, not with these teams.
No.
Tommy, remind me how to say this.
Kaline.
No way.
Yep.
Kaline?
Yep.
No. It's Kahnle. There's no way it's Kaline. No, shut the fuck up. There's no way. Get the fuck out of here. Kaline? I'm not even going to talk about him. He went to the Yankees. What a stupid fucking way to say your name. Are you kidding me? That's Cannell, first of all. Or, if you want to be crazy, it's Conley. Oh, my God.
It might be Canely. I know it's a hard A. It's either Canely or Kaline.
Whoa. Hey, take it easy, man. Just take it easy, man. Vince Velasquez to the Pirates. Boring. Josh Bell to the Guardians. The Guardians are going to be so good, dude.
Sneaky move.
Might win the AL Central by 25 games. That might be a long shot. How many games will the Guardians win the AL Central by? Because guess what? The Tigers aren't competing with them. The Royals aren't going to compete with them. The White Sox are just not good either. The Twins, what have they done? Nothing. So that's a big get for Cleveland. Good for them. The Rangers got Heaney. He was really good for a while too, and then he got hurt, and then he came back, got hurt again. But if he stays healthy, the Rangers pitching could be dangerous.
Yeah, and I forgot to add him into the rotation. He probably knocks out Odorizzi or Dunning, but I mean another arm.
Odorizzi was a bullpen guy for a little bit, right?
Yeah. Yep. For the Braves last year, he went for the bullpen. But another guy when healthy, if he did what he could do last year in LA, I mean that's a sneaky good rotation.
Yep. Mitch Haniger to the Giants. There's another Mariners outfielder gone. He's good, but I feel like he gets injured a lot too. Obviously it's baseball. You're playing 100 more games than you need to, so there's gonna be a lot of injuries. But he's good. He's got a good bat. Yes, good bat.
This was kind of a second option for the Giants.
We'll get to that later.
Well, we can touch on that part now.
No, it's right above it. We're not doing it yet.
Okay, fine.
We're not doing it yet.
But he was a second option. Let's just say that.
Yeah, he was the second option. The Phillies, they needed pitching. They got pitching. Taijuan Walker, he's good too. I think he's slept on. He goes through this spot in about July, August where he's just garbage, but then he's good. So watch out for that.
They also added Matt Strahm too, who reliever, pretty decent.
Cubs got Taillon.
Brewers are gonna light him up. I can't wait for it. We lit him up his entire time.
Wasn't he?
He was decent, but the entire time he was in Pittsburgh, Brewers destroyed him. He went to the Yankees. He was okay. Coming back to the division just to get absolutely rocked. I can't wait for it.
So, the big one. Judge stays with New York. But there was some drama here. Why don't you tell us about it?
So, was it last Tuesday? I believe it was last Tuesday.
No, because we would have talked about it when we recorded. Did we talk about it?
I put it on the notes.
We did.
John Heyman had quite possibly the biggest oopsie of the entire offseason.
Not even an oopsie. That was an all-time fuck-up.
Yep, and I would say his career is over, quite possibly. So John Heyman tweeted on Tuesday of last week that the Giants and Aaron Judge were nearing a deal, and Twitter went ballistic. Everyone was tweeting out photoshops of Judge in a Giants jersey, and it's his hometown, so everyone was like, makes sense, he's going back home. 40 minutes later, no, not even, I think it was 20 minutes later, John Heyman tweets out, hearing that the Giants have not heard back from Aaron Judge, my bad for jumping the gun. My bad? Dude, you just tweeted out
you're fucking bad.
Some of the biggest fucking news of the offseason. Quite possibly the biggest free agent was just signing with a new team, not the New York Yankees. And then the next day, like 8 a.m., he signs with the Yankees. And then the Yankees went and got Mitch Haniger. Big oof. Apparently,
Giants got Haniger.
Oh, that's what I meant. Yes.
You said Yankees.
But apparently, Judge flew out to San Diego. It was between the Padres, the Giants, and the Yankees. And last minute, the Yankees upped his offer to become the highest bidder. He took the Yankees deal. A lot of talks were that after getting booed in the playoffs in Yankee Stadium, that Judge might not want to return. Obviously, money says differently. He's going back. $360, huge deal, 9 years. He'll be there for life. So,
all right, I'm gonna kind of fly through the rest of these because we're gonna end up going really long. But we'll let you talk about your Brewers there. Kenley Jansen to the Red Sox. Wilson Contreras to the Cardinals. Big get for them with Molina being done. Yoshida to the Red Sox. He's a foreign player. Sorry, that sounded bad. He played in a foreign league. This is a big one. Xander Bogaerts to the Padres. 11 years, $280 million. Everybody thought he was staying with the Red Sox, no?
Yeah, everybody thought he was going.
And then all of a sudden it was just San Diego.
And it's another really confusing move. I guess it's good to have too much talent than not enough. I would assume this means that Tatis is not going to play shortstop since they have tried to work him into the outfield, unless they're going to slide him over to second and just not use Ha-Seong Kim, but that doesn't make any sense.
No, he'll be in the outfield.
I would assume they're going to throw Tatis in right, Soto in left, Grisham in center.
Universal DH.
Maybe.
Tatis at DH.
They could do that too.
He's too fast to play DH, though.
Yeah, but...
All right. We got to fly. Brandon Nimmo to the Mets for $162 million over 8 years. That was kind of confusing. What is he, 30?
It's 28.
Oh. Still, I don't think he makes that kind of money. Jesus, there's the ad again. Mets got a pitcher, Senga.
Yeah, okay.
Skip over.
No. This is a really good move. Kodai Senga pitched in the Japanese league. Tops out at almost 102 miles an hour and has a splitter that's nastier than Shohei's. This dude could quite possibly win the Cy Young next year. I'm not even shitting you. This dude is really good, and for the Mets to get him for 5 years, 75 is a steal.
Hey Siri, make a reminder to bet on Cody Senga on February 24th.
All right.
I'm going to skip over this one. We're going to come back to it. Chris Bassett, Blue Jays. Mike Zunino to the Guardians, Ross Stripling to the Giants, and the big one, not really the big one, but Atlanta gets Sean Murphy from the Athletics. The Braves send Manny Pena to the Athletics.
Along
with William Contreras to the Brewers, brother of Wilson Contreras. Oakland also got Esty Ruiz from the Brewers, who they just traded in the Hader deal. Kyle Muller and Freddie Tarnok and Royber Salinas. These guys don't matter. And the Brewers got some other guys. But the big thing is, there's the ad again, dude. I'm going to freak out. We got to be done here. I'm freaking the fuck out. Talk about this. Talk about the Brewers. We're moving on to NFL. I'm sick of this shit.
This was an all-time steal by the Brewers. I would have preferred that we got Sean Murphy, but I'll take William Contreras. Still a great catcher. Fills one of our biggest holes. Narvaez is a free agent right now, so our only catcher is Victor Carantini. Not a great hitter. He's okay behind the plate. William Contreras was an all-star last year. Has power, hit in Atlanta, great park. Not a great catcher, but the Brewers staff has done a lot with catchers that are not great behind the plate and just more hitting first catchers. So I'm hoping we can make a big splash there. But the biggest news is the fact that we only gave up Esty Ruiz and got William Contreras and two pitchers, one of which is a major league ready reliever. So Esty Ruiz, great. I was looking forward to him being in the majors. Super fast. Stole like 85 bases last year in the minors. So I guess that's a good get for Oakland, but Oakland really fucked up here. I mean, this sets them back like another 3 years in this rebuild, and I'm not really sure what's going on in Oakland. They should probably just move to Las Vegas and get a new ownership at this point.
I was going to say, I don't think Oakland knows what's going on in Oakland. I think they're going to Vegas.
Vegas
needs a baseball team, too. Yeah. Vegas needs all four.
I agree. But, yeah, for the Brewers to go out and get a catcher like that, plus two pitchers for only their number 8 prospect, I will take it. I love it. Right now, I would say the Brewers' only weaknesses are third base and maybe relief pitching. I mean, it's a pretty well-rounded team. We have some depth, guys that can play multiple positions.
Relief pitching is bad. You had this really good closer this one time.
Well, okay, so we'll do this real quick. We turned Josh Hader.
Be quick.
We turned Josh Hader into two minor league pitchers, Trevor Rogers and William Contreras, basically. Well, I guess you can even take out Trevor Rogers and say we turn Josh Hader into William Contreras, two relief pitchers, and then two of our top 10 minor league prospects. I don't hate it.
Well, and I even told you before the episode, the trade was bad in the moment, but you've turned it into decent, and I think you'll be decent. I don't know if you make playoffs this year, though.
Well, and then the other thing, too, is William Contreras we get for 5 years, and he's pre-arbitration, which means we have more money to spend on contracts. I wouldn't be surprised if we go out and make a big splash either this year or next year.
All right, that's enough MLB for me. NFL, we're running way slower than I thought we would. MLB took longer. So I'm going to, everything but the Lions, I'm going to hit fast. So we're going to start with Book of Moremoms. We're eliminated from the playoffs. We lost. I'm pissed. I'm so mad about it. I wanted to be that TCU type team. I'm going to skip the Lions. I'm going to do them last so it gets me amped up for no, never mind. It won't matter. Brock Purdy shit on Tom Brady. He looked really freaking good, which is awesome. He was Mr. Irrelevant, got his first start. The stadium was chanting his name. It was awesome. He looked great.
Quick question. Do you think we should get rid of the term Mr. Irrelevant?
If Brock Purdy remains the starter the rest of the season, leads the team to the playoffs, and they win a playoff game, yes, we can. No. Yes, that term should go away if he wins a playoff game. I mean, he's the first Mr. Irrelevant to really, matter. There was, a kicker one time that made a field goal once, and that was, the best one ever.
I agree.
Baker Mayfield on Thursday night led the Rams on a 98-yard game-winning touchdown drive. Absolutely electric. I love Baker Mayfield. I want it to work out for him, but I want it to be next year since the Lions have the Rams' first-round pick this year.
Good news for you. He was just announced that he will be starting Monday against the Packers.
Yeah, but I think he could beat the Packers.
So do I.
That's the scary thing. That's I need them to lose. I need the Packers to win because I'm going to take your parlay. I need that pick to go bad. Cowboys survived the Texans. They looked like ass. it really showed that teams do play down to their competition. They were 17-point favorites, and they won by 3?
4.
4. They won by 4. Titans lost. I already hit it earlier. Shut down Derrick Henry. You can beat them. The Chiefs survived the Broncos, which is absolutely insane to say. Because first of all, it's the Broncos. Second of all, the Chiefs were up 27-0 in that game, and they won 34-28.
Yep.
Like, Mahomes looked so bad in the second half.
Also, Russ concussed. He almost died.
Dude, he had a golf ball sized knot on his head after he's done. Geno, I'm gonna go ahead and retract my statement on him being him. He's not him. He looked like old school Geno against the Packers. They lost at home to the Panthers. Need the Seahawks to do bad, so I got to root against my boys so the Lions can make the playoffs. Tua, this is exactly what I wrote on our sheet here. I'm going to say it as it is. Tua's a hot bag of garbage, and people need to realize this soon. He was so bad Sunday night. What do you go? 10 for 20. At one point, he was 1 for 13.
He started 3 for 17.
3 for 17, that's what it was. So bad. And then Tyreek Hill bails him out with a 60-yard touchdown, or else he probably would have threw for 94 yards. They lost the game.
I don't think you can say he's a hot bag of garbage. I'm sorry.
Dude, he's bad. He's bad.
You're looking at what can he do for me right now, and right now he's bad.
First of all...
So are you saying Aaron Rodgers is bad?
First of all, that's different. Aaron Rodgers has proved to me that he's a good quarterback, a great quarterback. Tua has not proven to me that he's good. He's shown flashes, and then he's taken those flashes away and wiped my memory.
So the first 12 games of the year were flashes?
He was not good the first 12 games.
Sorry,
he was really bad.
First 11 games.
No, he was not. I'm not talking about the same way.
When they started 8-3, he was good.
I'm probably the biggest Tua hater there is.
I
also,
like Tua.
You're including the game he crip walked in, or he threw up gang signs in. He was great, and then he missed the week after that. So you're including like 3 weeks where he didn't play in that 11 weeks of him being great.
Okay, so for the first 8 weeks of this season that he played was not enough.
It wasn't even the first 8 weeks. He was hurt like week 5 or 6. I don't want. No,
I'm saying the first 8 weeks that he played.
Hand up, I'm the biggest Tua hater there is. I don't know if it's the Bama thing. I don't know if it's because this one guy that I'm friends with on Facebook that just but I can't stand that kid. I hate him. The last note here, other than the Lions, I'm going to go ahead and have a moment of silence for Kyler's kneecap. Thank you, everybody. Non-contact. He's done for the year. Going to go ahead and put that out there right now. Definitely tore his ACL. That was
he did.
Bad.
It was confirmed. Yeah.
Oh, it was confirmed. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I hate those injuries. They're so ugly and just ugly. The biggest news of the week, the most exciting team in football right now continues to win. There's a reason they were favored against the Vikings, the 10-2 Vikings. Also, frauds. I called that one out. Their defense is trash. Their defense is trash. Dan Campbell has nuts the size of my head. I've got a pretty big head. I don't know where he hides his wheelbarrow during the game and where his nuts go, but those things are huge. 4th and 7, you're winning. You're at your own, 30. He calls a fake punt, and it works. Now, if it didn't work, I'd be doing the same thing I did a few weeks ago where I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing? He doesn't play safe, blah, blah, blah. Maybe you don't have to play safe in this league. That was fucking awesome. And then to ice the game, yeah, let's roll out, or let's put in motion our 380-pound lineman and have him catch the ball for a first down. That was so fucking electric. This team is so good. So good.
Yeah,
so
hand up. Good. I took the Vikings.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, I'm happy for you.
Thank you. I that's all I ever wanted to hear. I literally came into the show thinking, I just want this kid to say he's happy for me.
It's nice to see that you're not depressed every week.
Right? Look at the smile on my face, dude.
For the next,
I look forward to Sundays now. I can't tell you the last time I looked forward to a Sunday.
I do feel bad for you for one reason.
Why?
I hate for you that it's going to come down to Week 18 and Aaron Rodgers is just going to have to own you and knock you out of the playoffs.
It doesn't have to come down to Week 18. If we win the next 3 games...
But you know it will.
No. If we win the next 3 games and the Seahawks... No. the Giants and Commanders. No, it would come down to Week 18 no matter what. But we wouldn't have to beat the Packers is what I'm saying. If we lose to the Jets, Panthers, or Bears, first of all, if it's the Panthers or Bears and we lose, I'm probably going to give up on the season, and I'll come on this show and I'm going to go off for 15 minutes about how fucking pissed I am. But if we lose to the Jets, I'm okay with it. The Jets are a good team. They got a great defense. I don't want it to come down to that game. Because if Aaron Rodgers dicks me one more time before he goes off into retirement,
and it's in Lambeau.
I'm not afraid of playing in Lambeau, but I am afraid that if the
Lambeau
Packers
in
win out,
January, Week 18, though.
did you know there's a minimal, small chance, probably the size of your pecker, that the Packers get in the playoffs?
Yes, I have.
They got to win out. They'd have to beat the Lions that last week. They need a lot of shit to happen elsewhere.
Yeah, it's not that we'd have to win out.
Matter.
If we go 3-1 and a bunch of other shit happens, then there's a possibility. But we
have
to finish with a better record than the Giants, the Lions, and the Commanders.
Yep, which is possible.
It is possible. Commanders and Giants play each other this week, so that does not help.
If that game matters, if that game is if the Lions win, they're in, I'm coming out to Grand Rapids. We're going to watch that game together. Deal?
What would be worse? Yeah, deal. But what would be worse? Week 18 doesn't matter for the Packers. We bring in Jordan Love, and we win. Or Week 18 matters for both. Aaron Rodgers plays and beats you.
2 would be worse, but 1 is void because if you have no chance, Jordan Love's not going to play. They're not going to bench Rodgers unless he gets hurt. So you'd have to reword that too if Rodgers gets hurt and Love starts, because there's no way they bench Rodgers because that will just be a whole hellfire.
Well, I mean,
I would just rather. Here's option 3: just fucking win. Just win, baby, win. All right, let's get going here. We've gone so long. We're gonna do Paige's picks really fast. We got a first place tie. The story's after Paige's picks.
Okay.
It's while I'm loading up roulette. Paige's picks. We got a first place tie. I went off last week. I went 10-3. I'm at 115, 90-2. Frankie, tough week. 6-7.
Very tough, yes.
Sitting at 115, 90-2. I closed that gap real quick. 1 week. Paige, sneaky. Eyeball emoji. She went 10-3 as well. 108, 97-2 now. She's 7 games back at first. That could swing like that. We got 16 games a week for the rest of the year now. This shit could get all over the place. I could end in last by 10 games. Let me open up my notes app here. I'm an idiot and didn't have it ready. First game. This is the wrong week. I hate myself right now. 49ers Seahawks.
Paige has the Seahawks. I'm taking the 49ers.
Even though the Lions need him to lose, I'm going to take the Seahawks because I think Brock Purdy has an off game in Seattle. It's a rivalry game. He's due for an off one. But if he wins, I'm on the train. Colts and Vikings.
Paige has the Vikings. I have the Vikings.
And I've got the Vikings. Ravens Browns.
Paige has the Ravens. I'm going to hope that you take the Ravens. I'm going to take the Browns.
Taking the Browns as well.
Damn it.
I think you could call this Deshaun Watson's coming out party.
Yep, that's...
Dolphins Bills.
Paige has the Bills. What do you have?
I have the Bills. You think I'm gonna take the guy that I just shit on a little bit ago?
I'm gonna take the Dolphins.
You're an idiot, dude. You really don't want to get first. Eagles Bears.
Paige has the Eagles. I have the Eagles.
I have the Eagles as well. Falcons Saints. This is an interesting one.
Paige.
This is just gonna be a shit game.
Paige has the Saints. I will also. No, you know what? I'm gonna take the Falcons. Desmond Ridder.
Taking the Falcons too because they're starting Ridder.
Fuck.
I think he could have a good game. And Andy Dalton is still starting for the Saints. I said I'm not taking the Saints until they start Jameis. Lions Jets. I'm excited for this one. Who does Paige have?
Paige
Come on, give it to me.
Lions.
Let's go. Paige knows what's up. Paige knows what's up. You have to take the team that went from 1-6 to 6-7. This team's got heart. We've got heart, and we're gonna make the playoffs. And I'm not gonna know what to do with myself. That loss might hurt more than if Michigan lost in the national championship. I'm not even gonna lie to you. No, that's not true. They'll both equally hurt. I have the Lions, obviously. Who do you got?
I'm gonna take the Lions because they're in my parlay.
Let's go. Squad ride. Steelers, Panthers. This is a fun one.
Paige has the Steelers. I want to get your take on this one as well.
I went ahead and took the Panthers. I'm thinking Kenny Pickett's concussion looked bad. I think he's going to be benched, and Mitch is just bad. He's just bad. So, give me the Panthers.
It's true. I did forget about the concussion.
He might play though, and if he, I wish I could do hey, if Pickett plays, I get the Steelers, but I'm just going to go out and take the Panthers and hope Pickett doesn't play.
So I'm going to counter then, hope I can get back. I'm going to take the Steelers.
There you go. Cowboys, Jags.
Paige has the Cowboys. Although I like the Jags, I'm going to also take the Cowboys.
Yep. I mean, you always got to take a good team after they look bad, and they look bad against the Texans. So give me the Cowboys. Chiefs and Texans. Quick one here.
Chiefs.
Paige has the Chiefs, I assume.
Yep.
Cardinals, Broncos. This is a gross one too.
Paige has the Broncos. Yeah, this actually might be the most disgusting game of the week. Do we know who the quarterback is for either team?
It's probably... Did Colt McCoy get hurt last night?
Well, no, I don't think... I didn't even watch last night's game, so I'm going to assume it's going to be Colt McCoy versus Brett Ripken?
Right. I think it's Rippin.
Rippin?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Even if it's rust, though, I mean, it's still gross.
I'm going to take the Cardinals.
Who did Paige have?
The Broncos.
I just changed mine 4 times. So I started with the Broncos.
That was what I did too.
Then I went Cardinals. Then I literally typed it too while we were talking. I'm taking the Broncos though. Judy is fired up. He wants to win. I think that team wants to win, and the Lions need him to lose so our pick gets better. Or they need him to. Oh shit. No, they need him to win so the pick gets better. So yeah, give me the Broncos. Patriots, Raiders.
Paige has the Raiders. They put the good games on Saturday this week. I'm not really a fan.
Yeah. I have a family Christmas on Saturday, so I kind of like that. That way I don't have to talk to people. I can just watch football.
I'll take the Raiders.
Who did Paige have?
Raiders.
Nice. I've got the Pats. This could be a make or break week right here. I could really pull away. We got a lot of difference here. Titans, Chargers.
Paige has the Titans. I'm going to go the Chargers.
It's Chargers all the way. Teams have figured out how to stop the Titans. Chargers offense looks good. Bengals, Bucks.
Paige has the Bengals. I have the Bengals.
Bengals. Giants, Commanders. This could end up being a sneaky good game. This is Sunday night.
Yeah. I mean, I want to tie. Paige has the Giants, by the way. No, actually, I don't want to tie. I don't want to tie because for the Packers, we need one of them to lose. I think I'd rather have the Commanders lose. No.
But do you think the Commanders lose? Like, are you doing this based off of who you think's going to win or who you need to win?
I want the Commanders. Give me the Commanders.
I've got the Commanders as well. I believe in Taylor Heineke more than Daniel Jones. Rams and Packers, Monday night. Gross.
Paige says, oof. Packers, I guess. Yeah, I'm taking the Packers.
I've got the Packers as well.
Ooh, I thought you were going to take Baker there.
No, I do. Like, I've said it. I'm pretty sure on here. I think Baker slept on. He went from the Browns to the Panthers, who had a coach get fired. I think he's a decent quarterback. McVay's a great coach. I want them to lose. So I let my heart get in that one a little bit. But that's that. Do not bet list. All I have is the Army-Navy game. I'm never betting on that game again. Over, under, teams, nothing. I can't hit in that game. I've taken the over before. I've lost. I'm pretty sure I've never hit a bet on that game, and I've been betting for like 3 years now. Service games in general.
Yeah. The only thing I'm really adding to my do not bet list is the World Cup. So,
right,
I was hot, but not anymore.
Open this damn. There we go. All right.
Story?
Yep. So here's my rant while I log into DK here and get roulette going. So I had a meeting today. So I work in Lansing, and I had an email last Friday. Hey, can you come to Flint for a meeting? And it was about we're doing this really big job, and I thought it was I'm accounting, so I think accountants usually don't have in-person meetings. So I'm thinking this is a big deal. Like they're gonna be changing something, or there's gonna be some sort of like training and shit. Nope. Literally, I get there, and their notes, like their outline, was literally an email that was printed out. Like you couldn't have just emailed that to me.
You know what I think?
I was so livid. Oh my God, so many of our numbers are the Lightning. 21, 24, and 35.
You know what I think?
Yikes. What?
I think that you'll get that on those bigger jobs.
You get that on those big jobs. All right, give me 2 numbers. Did Paige take one or no?
Paige has number 11.
Okay.
I'll take 24.
Yep.
And 30.
All right. So I took 3 and 9 back to the basics. Paige has 11. You've got 24. You've got 30. This is for 4 in a row on DraftKings since Frankie had to go and fuck it up last week with FanDuel. But yeah, so I went to Flint and at like peak of my day is when this is when I get going. It's like about 1 to 3. Oh shit, I'm sorry. Shit. Here we go. Hurry. It's going. All right, you should be able to see it. It's not in yet.
I'm in.
So yeah, peak of my day, and I was there for 15 minutes. Had to drive back home. I was pissed. Oh, 36. Oh, we didn't even have 13. I thought we had 13. It was right there on 11 too. Oh,
damn.
All right, the streak is dead.
Damn.
What are you gonna do?
You win some, you lose some.
You do. But that's fine. We're responsible with it. Yeah, I decided. Frankie just kind of agreed. I'm gonna, as an outro, I'm gonna hit you guys with an inspirational quote every week. I'm gonna do the basic. I'll do that in a second, but I am gonna hit you with an inspirational quote to send you on your way. Yep. So hey, everybody, have a great weekend. Let's hit some tanks, adore some tutties. Order a vodka soda for your boy Jake. Leave a like, subscribe, review, and hey, just remember, yesterday you said tomorrow, so get her done. See you guys next week.
6 months next week. Let's go.
Peace.